New music and a great video from Hanson, Don't Let Me Down. Now, pop fans will never forget their global #1 hit, MMMBop, from 1997. Believe it or not, Hanson, they're celebrating their 30th anniversary with a new album and a world tour. And for more, let's say good morning to middle child, Taylor Hanson. Hey, good morning, Taylor. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I don't think I've heard the phrase middle child in a while, actually.
You haven't, but you know what? Look, here's the real deal. You won't remember because it was a long time ago, and you've done a lot since then, but you and I shared the small screen way back in '97. When you came to Toronto, you stopped into Much Music, and you and your brothers did a whole bunch of press as you were, touring the planet, top of the pop planet there with MMMBop, and the record was such a hit.
Yes.
But I was just reminded now, talking about the new record and your tour, that you and Zach and Isaac were already seasoned veterans by then. You formed in 1992 when you were just 9. So I want to know, are you from a showbiz family? Were you nudged into the business, or did you guys have this in your DNA all along?
No, we're just from a go get 'em family. I think huge credit to our mom, especially her. She's just one of those people that was willing to go, okay, really, you want to do that? How can I help?
Great.
And our dad, I like to say, our dad is just work ethic. Show up and do the work. And my mom was, well, why not, kind of a person. So that combination, probably when we were very young, meant that nobody was saying, well, that's a really bad idea, you should plan on getting a real job. And so that's probably the biggest thing. And there's definitely musical talent. And, you just have to have a certain level of I must do this, I think, to make something like music your path, because frankly, there's no one path. You really have to be very self-starting.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And yeah, so we're very, very lucky that we had some fire and enough, willingness to hear no.
And you have the talent, you still do, and it kind of chose you when you're as good as you guys are. That's just the way it is. So the new record is called Red, Green, Blue, Primary Colors. Just the thought of that and looking at the cover and thinking of that takes me back to vintage TV tubes, kind of a retro vibe. Do I sense that in the record?
Yeah, well, so Red, Green, Blue, the record is, yes, definitely primary. It's a color format. RGB is actually, the color format that you can actually create every color from. But Red, Green, Blue is a 3-part record. It's kind of a different thing. Essentially, the three of us each took a third of the record and wrote and produced it and brought the others in, kind of like 3 solo projects,
cool.
But as one collective project. And so you hear very, very distinct sounds. That single you just saw was actually from Zach's, the blue portion of the record. There was a red single, there's been a green single, there's been a blue single. Right. And so these are all sort of pointing people to this bigger project. And, 30 years in, you're just looking for ways to be creative. And we've always all written and played. So that's just another thing we're giving people something to get excited about and interested in.
That's cool. And so a partnership within the partnership of the band, but you also have some great partnerships, impressive production credits with the record. Jim Scott, who's worked with Petty, the Peppers, Wilco, Grammy winner David Garza. I wonder, are you studio rats? Do you sweat the technique and fetishize over everything when you're making a record, or can you just sort of, stop, drop, mix it, and let it go?
I love the process. I mean, I wouldn't, a studio rat, it would be something I would love to be more of, frankly, more time in the studio. But the other side of our life of getting to play music on the road is something that is absolutely addictive and we love. So I'm happy that we get to play both roles. But Jim Scott and is total legend, incredible, and David Garza as well.
Well, Taylor Hanson, I want to congratulate you also on your 7th child that you just had late December. I don't know if you're done, son, with that, but it's incredible. The new record is RGB. The tour is around the planet. It comes to Toronto at the Danforth Music Hall later in the summer in August. Just go to hanson.net for more information. Taylor Hanson, pleasure to talk to you today, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.